Hello guys, it's Jonathan here doing another Beyblade unboxing. So this time we have PerseusDark, the last of the CX releases from Wave 1. Just a booster this time, so no launcher, which I'm fine with. So anyway, we'll go and open this thing up and let's check it out. Alright, first up here we of course have the instructions and whatnot, so nothing overly interesting there, but anyway. Moving on to the ratchet, technically a new ratchet, but I mean we've already seen, you know, 6 sides and 80 before, so 680, just kind of new by default, but you know, nothing like actually that interesting. But still 6 sides, it's taller, you got the black, well, translucent black, translucent purple. Yeah, I mean, it looks cool, but just kind of exists. But anyway, we also have Wedge. Wedge reminds me a lot of Spike, actually. Does seem taller. Also, the gears here, there's only 10 of them, so it should be more controlled on the extreme line if it gets there, but also these gears seem like really small. This thing really does not want to get onto the extreme line. It's kind of trying to, you know, avoid that, so... Interesting part, I feel like it's a little bit too tall, though, here, so I don't know how well this will work, but, interesting idea, at least, with the, you know, extreme dash stuff being kind of limited here. I do like that, at least, so it's something new and interesting. Why not? We also have the Perseus lock chip. The Perseus lock chip looks absolutely phenomenal. Nice purple as well, but yeah, the sticker here is just great. Very reminiscent of Gravity Perseus for sure, but kind of in the X style, which yeah, sure. We also have the bumper assist blade here, which also reminiscent of Gravity Perseus, I feel. Kind of got these 3 sides here, got these 3 other sides that have these little, like, almost vent-like shapes to them. I don't know where I'm going with that, but yeah, anyway. Looks decent. Sure. It's a little bit taller as well, but yeah, it's another assist blade. We then have the Dark main blade, which recited, very similar to like Nightlands, kind of has a counter defense shape to it, I feel, but yeah, metal feels a little hollow here. Not bad, just a little bit. Yeah, definitely has these like counter sort of protrusions here, so don't know. Looks alright. Again, definitely reminiscent of Gravity Perseus, but yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. It's solid enough, I would say, so it's at least something. Anyway, let's go and do the weights now. So, I do have my scale here to test these out and see how these parts are. So anyway, first up, Wedge. This will be 1.81 grams. 680. 6.88. Lock chip. 1.7, assist blade 5.13, and the main blade is 30.51, pretty solid. Let's go ahead and check out how this thing is for the full blade. Okay, 37.34, actually pretty heavy for a defense type, I would say, and then the full combo here, if I can just do that, actually, that makes sense. Anyway, full combo, 46 grams, exactly, so a decently heavy bay, I would say. Definitely not bad at all, so solid weight. Alright, now let's go ahead and try to put this thing together. First up, let's check if there's any orientation differences. You can see like these, again, almost vent-like parts sticking out here. Is there any way to change that? Does not seem to be the case. No. Alright, so being 3-sided, I figured there wasn't any, you know, difference, but I wanted to at least check, so just go ahead and put the lock chip in then as well, if I can get that to go. There we are. And then this time, try to make sure this is fully in. I believe that's, yeah, I think that's it. Okay. Still trying to like get accustomed to the CX line, so sorry if anything's a little off, but Here is the blade. PerseusDark Bumper. Looks pretty nice. You got some gaps here, but these parts are kind of covered. I don't know how that will affect the bay, but might block off some of the metal a little bit, might subdue it. Anyway. Pretty nice looking blade, I would say. The lock chip is definitely carrying it in my opinion. I don't know if these parts are like sloped upwards here, these plastic parts, so very strange blade I feel, but sure I guess. Alright, let's go and put this thing together. So 680 and Wedge. So here's the full combo. PerseusDark Bumper 680 Wedge. Yeah, this thing's also quite tall with the 80 height and, well, being a CX bay, so definitely interesting, but, yeah. Let's also just do a quick comparison here to Gravity Perseus. This thing is very beat up. I've had this for 14 years, but, definitely see some, like, similarities here in the face designs for sure. Overall, like, the general shape, it's definitely based on Gravity Perseus, but it does look quite a bit different. Yeah, I guess underneath, yeah, Wedge and Y Defense definitely are very different, so that was a choice, but yeah, anyway. Overall, PerseusDark is a very interesting release. I would not have expected a Perseus-based bay to come out of this line, at least not yet, but, well, it's here, and this thing doesn't want to stand up for me, but, you know, whatever. Close enough, right? So as far as my ratings go, I'm going to give this thing a 6 out of 10 conceptually. It is still very much kind of a basic defense type, you know, starting defense type for a new line. However, does kind of have the counter defense idea a little bit, and also I do think that the kind of anti-extreme dash thing that Wedge has going on, at least kind of, it makes it a little bit more interesting, so I feel like, unlike, you know, Brave and Arc, I want to give this thing a 6 instead of a 5, because it does have a little bit more going on, even if it's not like the craziest thing ever. For aesthetics, I'm going to give this thing probably a 9 out of 10. I think it looks really good. Again, it's very much like Perseus. I like the kind of black and purple that has going on. Looks really nice. This, you know, lock chip design is phenomenal. Not giving it a 10 though. I feel like it's not quite there. It's a little too bland in my opinion, but it's definitely at least kind of close, I would say, but I think a 9 is fair. But yeah, that's PerseusDark. This is the last of the 3 first CX bays. I will be doing a CX video, kind of my first impressions, in probably about 4 days. I would like to do it sooner, but unfortunately I do have to do my my capstone project for college, which is due in a couple days, so unfortunately I do have to, you know, prioritize that, so that'll be a couple days later than I wanted it to be, but it will happen fairly soon regardless, so anyways, I guess look out for that if you want to know my full thoughts on the system instead of just, you know, the base themselves. So anyways, that's all for today, so thanks for watching, and bye-bye.